I am Komuzo Mapane. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi informed members of the Africa Gospel Church to worship freely. Women in Mulapolole taught life-changing skills. And the Treat All campaign said to have saved a lot of lives of HIV and AIDS patients. Interpreting in sign language is Topo Taposa. Good evening. The President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, who's also the leader of the Botswana Democratic Party, says the BDP has implemented many of its 2019 manifesto pledges, despite facing COVID-19 hardships that lasted for 2 years. Speaking at the BDP Shoma rally held in Mokani in the Mahalape East constituency, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi cited the ongoing constitutional review and the allocation of 100,000 residential plots as some of the successful deliveries done by the BDP under his leadership. Betanya Mando.
The race for the 2024 general elections is heating up, and the ruling BDP is putting out its manifesto pledges for eager voters. President Masisi informed the BDP diehard supporters that the party has delivered on its 2019 promises, amongst these being targeting to allocate 100,000 residential plots countrywide to reduce the waiting list and the installation of free electricity to low-income households.
Ke bona di applications tsa land board ne ra soloetsa gape gore ra go phimola mo khola o kana o ne go tike waiting list ya land board e be re ipela selo 100,000 plots agiri I get on me. Nerasuleta, we are going to allocate at least 100,000 plots. I get light. Karagadi 11 at June. Ebikile go ngota bolelo mo Botswana. Kile go rurahatsa. Habaland body ya khoneko inela motho wa bo 100,000. I take a party. Research Rnale Mahelo Botswana Island Hore Bato Batkaila di ploto di letetse batho bakupi. Kasi ha di ploto di agwana rao hetla ra wa tolos ba BPC ba tshwere bothata ba gokela motakase ka madi a hukuditsweng mo diplotong tsa batho to zero o ru duela le haela o tsedwa motlakase pa
tautona ke mehano hapele ga gago ke supa ka dipalo gore mo kgaolong ye ya Shomai motse wa ko Mahalape East batho ba le 10 ba setse ba goketswe motlakase wa mahala a jaaka romgraga tautuna ba Mahalape West ba setse ba le 18 ko Shoshong ba 6.
The BDP is still wounded by the loss of its former Shoma region stronghold to the opposition in 2019. It's leaving no stone unturned to reclaim all the 3 constituencies back to its fold.
Botswana ne ba tlhopha ba heta dipalo tse ne ba tlhopha party e ka tsone ka 2014 ka 2019 palo tsa rena di a go godimo ka gore ne re simotse go retolla party ye ka ha e tshwarwang ka teng ka ha e tsamaiswang ka teng re tlotla motho re bua le motho ra amogela diphoso tsa rona re di kopela maitshwarelo e be re solohetsa gore a go ira jang ka bangwe ne ba belaela ne ba re tima
ke gore bothe ba haba ga gona ba enta utona ke Mahalape East Mahalape West le Shosho hela ke ba thopi ba ba solohetseng mo dithopong tse ditang
re hano le madom kuraga re party e ke yone o ka ikanya Motswana wethu
party e ke yone na le boeteledipele jo ka bo bonang wa bona ditiro tsa bone wa bona boeteledipele jwa bone ka ditso tsa party le gompieno.
The general elections are just a few months away, and with this recruitment drive at its highest peak, the BDP is confident that Shosho, Mahalape East and Mahalape West constituencies will once again be under the BDP rule come October. Bethany Manto, BTV News, Mokani.
The President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, has informed members of the Africa Gospel Church to worship according to their beliefs peacefully and publicly in Botswana. He was speaking during his visit to the church in Gaborone, whose members are mostly Bazezuru. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi said the Constitution of Botswana provides for freedom of religion. Gigantse Khumalo reports.
The Africa Gospel Church was first established in Botswana in 1951 by Prophet Johane from Zimbabwe. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi's visit to this church is said to be the first by a sitting president. As such, congregants used this opportunity to request for a bigger space from government where they could use it for their church, as well as set up workshops to empower youth.
Kuya kwenyu panapa kuzoona kumanikidzika kweta nzvimbo yedu iri panapa kachikumbiro chedu
kopo ya rona
mashure memavhoti baba tinoda kudzoserai pachigaro chenyu
re batla gore morago ga tlhopho re go busetse mo stilong sa gago
kana mapedza zvese president wangu
ha o editsetse tsotlhe raitso tautona
mugotifungirawo nenzvimbo ino iyi
o ko ra akanyetse ka lehelo le
basa redu
tiro ya rona
rakakura zvakanyanya
e tonagela thata
ndere kuti retine workshop panapo yekudzidzisa vana kuveza
gone hanga be rena le workshop ye re rutang bana go betla gone
nekukanda mabhava
le go thula dibata
ne bana baagisanyi bedu panapa
re ruta botlhe le baagisanyi ba rona
kubisa bana mo madrugs
re ntsha bana mo ditaging.
President Masisi commended Bazezuru of the Africa Gospel Church for respecting the rule of law since they came to settle in Botswana. He assured them that they are free to practice their religious beliefs in Botswana.
Puso e tla le sireletsa ka sotlhe se nang naso. Zwanzi utungamiri uyu ucha kuchengetedza ine zvese zvainaso. Mo tumelong ya lona. Pa kutenda kwenyu. Gore le dumele le phuthologile. Mutende makasununguka. Ka goreng go mo molao motheong wa Botswana ke lebogela kagiso ya lona ndiri kutenda zvakanyanya magariro enyu le tlotlo puso ya lona zvese nekuremekedza kwamurita umambo wenyu le tshalo morago molao wa lona munotedza kumasure mutemo wenyu batho ba tsena kereke ba iragela jalo kana vanhu vachipinda chechi vanoita saizvo puso ya me ya leboga utungamiri wangu uri kutenda zvakanyanya ke lebogela gape maitlamo a lona go ipelega dinotenda zvakanyanya kuzvibereka kwamunoita ke le supa ka ditiro le dikeletso ya ka le kopa gore le ne le sekwele sa diatla.
President Masisi urged congregants to register to vote in order to participate in the upcoming general elections.
Ona le tshwanno a go ikwadisetsa ditlhopho o ne faniro ya kunyoresera kuvota go kwadisetsa ditlhopho ke mang ke one pina gare ya puso ya batho ka batho.
As this country is faced with severe drought, President Masisi pleaded with Africa Gospel Church to pray for rain in this country. Gigantse Khumalo, Botswana Television, Gaborone.
Collaboration amongst African countries to bring solutions to challenges in the agriculture sector is critical as it plays a pivotal role in improving food security in the continent. Major General Mpho Puting said this during the Africa Day celebrations hosted by the Angolan Embassy in Gaborone. And Horata Moranyani.
The African continent is faced with a mammoth task to find lasting solutions to different challenges which are becoming a hindrance to the agricultural development due to climate change. It was also shared that it's critical for the continent to invest on proper education of how to enrich soils to boost productivity and adopt best disaster management practices to tackle extreme weather conditions and drought. Concerted efforts were said to be key to bolster agricultural sector in feeding the nation.
In resolving these common problems and challenges are therefore critical for all of us as fellow Africans to bring about ideas and lasting solutions for the development of our countries. African leaders are increasingly advocating for fair trade, equal partnerships, and policies that are favorable to our continent's interest and development. The African Continental Free Trade Area initiative of the African Union, which is one of the flagship projects of the AU, provides one market for African products. It is intended to boost inter-Africa trade and thus enhance our unity and collaborative efforts to develop our economies as Africans.
Building resilient education systems were said to be fundamental to the growth and development of the continent.
Investir na educação hoje é essencial para construir uma África resiliente, inovadora e próspera amanhã.
Investing in education today is essential to building a resilient, innovative and prosperous Africa tomorrow.
Portanto, a educação não é apenas elemento fundamental para o sucesso individual, mas também uma base para o desenvolvimento sustentável e a prosperidade de todo o nosso continente.
Therefore, education is not only a fundamental element for individual success, but also a foundation for sustainable development and prosperity for the entire continent.
O seu envolvimento é crucial para se alcançarem as metas ambiciosas estabelecidas na Agenda de 2063.
Your involvement is crucial to achieving the ambitious goals set out in Agenda 2063.
Committing to the African Union goal for Africa to operate as one voice in any kind of challenge and implementing all such commitments were highly recommended. Kelekelezwe Somolekai, BTV News, Gaborone.
Young people in Botswana have been encouraged to seize opportunities within the apiculture value chain. For the first time, the country has introduced a beekeeping package through the Tuoletlotlo program. The Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Fidelis Molao, cited this during the World Bees Commemoration Day in Silibepiku. Mamusi Siska with more.
Beekeeping is gaining traction as a lucrative venture, particularly for the youth. The just introduced package of 100,000 grant to beekeepers emphasizes the importance of this industry, which offers multiple streams of income from honey production to the sale of bees, wax, propolis, and royal jelly. In addition, the global demand for natural honey and related products continues to rise, presenting a promising market for aspiring beekeepers. Honey production is crucial and highly valuable, requiring a minimal effort to manage bees. Bees simply need a suitable place to settle and produce honey undisturbed.
By engaging young people in beekeeping activities and advocacy efforts, we can inspire a new generation of environmental leaders and empower them to make a positive impact on the world, to appreciate the role of bees for their ecological benefits over profit.
Bees are essential pollinators for many crops, and the activity significantly enhances crop yields and quality, contributing to food security and agricultural productivity.
The pollination is very important. It brings back the country, the farmers, the ecosystem. Where it's been damaged, it can come back again. PCL and the surrounding areas at the back, they can come back. If we introduce the bees, the pollination will take its place. It's a tourist thing.
For those who don't know, Tuoletlotlo ina le ke package 15 mo di guidelining tsa tuo.
In Tuo item number 15 is the beekeeping package, which encourages youth, women, and individuals with disabilities to take advantage of a 100,000 pula grant to establish their own bee colonies.
Package ya 100,000 yo e leng gore ga o ntse ha ile sepe mo teng. Maybe lo khona gore o bona le di colony kana di box tse di ntse di bontshwa ha di le tete.
According to statistics from Statistics Botswana, the country needs 62 metric tons of honey annually, while the country produces 13% of this target. Mamusi Siska, BTV News, Silibe Pigwe.
The Independent Electoral Commission IEC spokesperson, Mr. Usupile Maroba, says the response to the ongoing supplementary registration is satisfactory. The exercise began on May 20th and will end on the 31st of May. The first exercise, which was done in January, attracted 810,974 electorates, which translated to 62% of the IE's target, while the second exercise registered 74,550 electorates. Mr. Maroba emphasized the importance of registering for elections, indicating that it also offers one the opportunity to participate in a national referendum.
When let's say Lord Home Parliament take a dirahela, the what is simple majority, say Lord Hore, but say Teta Kovachaning. Over Honna say Lohore, Hongavachana Kohorbat, but say Teta Kovachane. So let's say look in transactions. Could one say Lohorianum, how Tamoro disicasiking? Pele ha Parlamente Eka Dumalan Kanaya Hanana, let's say Lohor Hongwesa Kanyedice, but Chana Kohore. Ba e ko batswaneng mme thulaganyo ya go tsaya megopolo ko batswaneng e dira ka dithopo tsa referendum tsa pato maikutlo mme ga re ya mo dithopo tse dintse yalo tse dintse di tsamaisiwa ke lekgotla le tsamaisa dithopo re dirisa maina a ba e le gore ba ikwadiseditse dithopo hela ba e le gore ba kgona go thopa.
Bomme Bamukwena celebrated Mother's Day on Saturday in a special and sophisticated way in recognition of women in leadership. They shared skills and knowledge of how they could enhance their lives as women. The celebration was organized by the Office of the Member of Parliament for Mulapulile South, Mr. Kabo Murwaing, with the intention of encouraging women to take pride in their efforts of building the nation. The day was celebrated in Mulapulole under the theme Mothers in Leadership Arise. Lizzie Klass with the details.
The celebration, which attracted close to 500 women from Mulapulole South constituency, was attended by women in various areas of leadership, amongst them the Kosi and pastors. It is therefore anticipated that these women leaders will use the information and skills acquired here to develop themselves and unify the nation.
This is the right time to come together and share our skills and knowledge on how we cope with life. That's why we are in the midst of Miss Pila. Encourage us as women. If you see any success at our home, it is attributed to hard work of a woman. In the book of Proverbs, it talks about a woman as a person who wakes up early in the morning to perform her duties. A woman is very precious, and to be a woman is a blessing from God. He said to men, be fruitful and multiply.
The women shared the best ways to deal positively with different challenges they face in life.
Men go through a lot in life. They face a lot of challenges, and you should be comforted by the book of Psalms, which says all difficult times will pass and you shall rejoice. We don't understand ourselves. We don't know where we are coming from. You are not accountable to anyone, but you shall put all your trust in God.
Minister Moraing urged these leaders to work together to overcome some hardships facing villagers.
You
are the leaders of this village. This village has got bad publicity. It is up to you to address by restoring the good name of this village. Our president and his government held women in high esteem, and he empowers women by putting them in leadership positions. You shall take advantage of that while you still have that opportunity. On other issues, Mr. Moraing urged women to take advantage of different government initiatives such as Tuolitlotlo, Temolitlotlo, and Chama Chama to improve their lives. Lizzie Class, BTV News, Molepolole.
The Minister of Entrepreneurship, Mr. Karabogare, has urged farmers to think outside the box and find paths to sustainable livelihoods within government's empowerment initiatives. He further noted that double dipping is allowed, thus one can benefit from Temolitlotlo and Tuolitlotlo or Chama Chama. He said this during Farmers Field Day, which was held in Gang recently. Neo Mudungwa.
The agricultural sector has been identified as one of the biggest potential contributors to the diversification as well as the transformation of this country's economy from the middle to high income status by 2036. Farmers have therefore been employed to improve productivity and promote commercial farming. I understand the hardships we are going through, but for proper management and to increase stock production, we need more money to invest in farming and care for our stock. In some countries like Kenya, farmers can manage 700 cattle in a 10-hectare farm because they circulate money in taking care of them. We are disadvantaged by stock theft. I urge our government to come up with effective ways to curb stock theft. Wild animals also play a major role in the reduction of our livestock production.
The policy yaga ho ha ba wildlife gore hatta we tshwenya aba ho ethata gore tawe ba entse.
Moreover, farmers have been encouraged to reflect and seek clarity as to why livestock production has declined in the country as compared to the olden days. Allocation of residential plots is greater than that of farm plots. Therefore, agricultural production cannot grow.
Population yaanong ha re sena dipolase tsa go bona gore dio tsa rona di nna ha kae, population will never increase.
Ha re bua ka fashion ya agriculture re bua ka sustainability, ha re ka ke ra thoka go bua ka go ngokela.
Fashionable and sustainable farming should engage the youth to lure them into this trade. Let's digitalize farming.
Botsa karolo ja bo mme mo temothuong mme re dumela gore nngwe ya ditsela tse re ka ba ngokela mo go tsone ke go ta ka one ka jone boranyane jo re buang ka jone kana di-technologies.
This Farmers Field Day was held under the theme Changing Mindset Change to make agriculture fashionable and sustainable. Neo Mudungwa, BTV News, Kang.
The Assistant Minister for State President, Ms. Boitumelo Modimo, cautioned the youth about the dangers of losing their cultural identity and urged parents to pass traditions and customs to the younger generation. Speaking at a cultural day organized by Bomme Babatswining in Maubelo, she further applauded the group for unifying their community. The event was organized with the aim of encouraging the Batswining clan who reside in the Kgalagadi district to preserve their historical, cultural and artistic values. The clan celebrated their culture and identity at Maubelo Khotla with folk music, traditional games and poetry.
Batsweni is a name derived from Tsweni, which is the clan's totem. The clan celebrated their culture and identity at Maubelo Kota with folk music, traditional games and poetry. Elders from the clan were tasked with teaching young people about the tribe's native history, culture practices and clan praises.
To preserve, to cherish and showcase the diverse cultural tapestry that defines Batsweni as a people. It is indeed a living testament of your commitment to nurturing traditions.
We are here to socialize with family and friends, to learn to stand together through thick and thin. It's about time we also started celebrating our culture. According to elders, Batsweni are originally from South Africa.
South Africa go bapa le motse wa Mokgalo e ne le bapina phou ye tshetla ba re go le gona le motebele le motebejana e le bana ba ga Malope.
History tells us that one of our ancestors, seeing a monkey for the first time, brought it home to show the elders, and that's how we got our name.
I never mogolowe gore so ke tshwana le motho se ya no mogolo ene motebedi le ha bona tshwenyane o ile a laela gore tshwenyane e ruiwe e tlhokomelwe me e tlhokomelo ka mashi.
The plan is to hold these celebrations annually.
It's now on the calendar of events tsa lehatshe la Botswana.
Batsweni Cultural Day is now incorporated in the country's calendar of events. The Assistant Minister said with the National Policy on Culture, government aims to help people preserve their culture as it fosters a sense of national identity, unity and pride. Meanwhile, the Ministry of State President donated 100,000 pula towards these Cultural Day celebrations. BTV News, Maubelo.
Still on culture, government is intentional about conserving, sharing and encouraging research on different cultures of ethnic groups in the country. Amongst policies and strategies set aside to run the said mandate is the National Policy on Culture. This was said by the Minister of Youth, Gender, Sport and Culture, Mr. Dumiso Rakare, during the National Culture Commemoration Day held in Licheng. Mamusi Siska reports.
Licheng village in the Swapon region hosts the National Culture Commemoration Day for the second time, showing the diverse culture of different tribes found in the village. Culture is one area that can unearth wealth, hence the need to promote and support it in and out of the country.
The National Policy on Culture. Re isireletsa jaaka re supile le gore tebelo pele ya rona setšhaba 2036 re batla gore ngwao ya rona re le Batswana e be re etsetse go godimo go bo go bonala. The Botswana Creative Industry Strategy, the 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage, the 2005 Convention for the Protection and Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expressions.
The day was filled with music, food, cultural and historical aspects of the region. However, the village leadership advised the youth to research more and document the history. We are different tribes that work together, share same sentiments, and understand each other's culture and faith. That is why we live peacefully in this land that we all agreed to call Licheng.
lo tla le re mo go lone le re dumelaneng ka bongwagela ja pelo gore re lebitse letšheng.
Ke buile gore bontsi ba teng ga ya kwala mme ga nne e kwala teng e ne e sa kwale e le gore motho a re ke kwala ditso.
Like I mentioned before, the Tsopong history is not documented accordingly like other tribes, where you can find history books. Our history is mainly based on journals shared by white travelers or oral history shared by our forefathers.
Kana ba kwena jaanong ya rona gantsinyana ka ne e kwalwa ka teng ne e kwalwa ke makgwa a na a tsamaya mo kgaolong e.
Se ke batlang go se bua ke gore
Let me applaud you because what you have just displayed shows culture and even encourage some other groups to participate in cultural events. Currently, 515 youth participants in Palape district have registered to take part in the National Arts and Culture Festival that happens every year to promote culture and also help improve lives of the participants. Mamusi Siska, BTV News, Lecheng.
98% of people living with HIV in Botswana have enrolled for ARV therapy. This was said by the Northeast District HIV and AIDS Coordinator, Ms. Chipo Manyiwa, during the International AIDS Candlelight Memorial held in Tati Siding. The memorial is held on the third Sunday of May every year as a way of remembering those who have succumbed to HIV and also honor those who have dedicated their lives to helping people living with and affected by HIV and continue to mobilize communities in solidarity. Abigail Madorobo.
98% of people living with HIV in Botswana have enrolled under the ARV therapy and are currently undergoing HIV treatment in Botswana. Ms. Manyiwa says the virus, which was detected 41 years ago, has claimed numerous lives. However, the government has reduced the death cases caused by the virus through the introduction of the Treat All strategy. We are proud of our achievement as Botswana because at first an HIV patient was introduced to the antiretroviral therapy when their CD4 count was very low.
Re a ipela goreng re khona go nela mongwe le mongwe diritibatsi yo tshwarang ka mogare go sa kgathalesege gore masola a mmele a ntse jang.
People are advised to change their mindset on how they perceive people who are living with HIV/AIDS. HIV/AIDS discrimination still exists, but we need self-introspection as individuals because HIV-positive people need our support to live a normal life.
Ha ke ntse ke sa dire sepe jaanong ka simolla go dira eng ka gonne batho ba ba tshelang ka mogare jaaka nna ba tlhokana le tshegetso ya gago ba tlhokana le kgothatso ya gago tsatsi le letsatsi ga ba tlhokane le go khobiwa ka mafoko ba gaetso ga ba tlhokane le go kgethololwa ha gare ga batho.
People are advised to seek medical counseling so that they can live positively despite their HIV status, and also share lessons which will break the stigma surrounding people living with the virus. Abigail Madorobo, BTV News, that side.
Charles Hill District Council, in collaboration with Hukunzi, Tsabong and Khanzi District Councils, recently launched an anti-drug campaign under the theme No Drugs, My Health, My Pride. Speaking during the launch, Dr. Kibatshabile Mosheti highlighted that most people use drugs as a way of forgetting their problems. Leseho Mukwaisi.
The drug abuse awareness campaign is aimed at raising awareness among young people as well as to encourage those struggling with addiction to seek medical care.
Total substance abuse, whether it's alcohol or drugs, ena le mathata a mantsi ena le ditamorago tse dintsi go ga ba tlhokomele bana because
alcohol and drug abuse have a lot of adverse effects on the health of the people. Some parents go to the shebeen with their children and instead of feeding them food, they end up giving them alcohol, thus leading to malnutrition.
The issues are when it comes to malnutrition, alcohol is a leading factor. More the issues are malnutrition. bana ka bontsi ba tshela ka mopamo o heteletseng.
Charles Hill District Council Chairperson highlighted that they were compelled to start this campaign by the rising number of drug abuse cases countrywide, especially in villages like Charles Hill. Alcohol can lead to addiction and unbecoming behavior.
To provide support to individuals, banana, bahulu,
by intercession of daga less than 60 grams, you are liable to an imprisonment of 3 years or 20 years as a fine, 20,000 as a fine. If you have 60 grams or over that, you are liable to 10 years or 500,000 as a fine. Cultivation, you are liable to a sentence of 20 years or 500,000.
Mr. Haibuse further pleaded with the parents to stop involving children in drug dealings, saying it could negatively impact their future. Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV News, Charles Hill.
It is time for sport with Khosego Nkwe. Khosego.
Good evening, Komutso. How are you, my lady?
I'm well, ma'am. How are you?
Oh, yes, I'm doing well indeed.
It's been weeks.
It's been weeks. Long time indeed. And I hope you're, as you have already mentioned, you're doing well. It's a good thing indeed.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Komutso, and greetings to you all. As she has already mentioned, I'm Khosonke, bringing to you Botswana Tonight the sports news. And with that, let's get straight into it. Madinari Athletics Club and Maum PDF Athletics Club dominated the inaugural Okavango Road Race held over the weekend at the Okavango River Bridge in Mohambo. The race saw the Tumelo twin sisters, Lesedi and Lesedinyana, winning the 15 kilometers and 10 kilometers races respectively. Lopang Unzi of Madinari Athletics Club won the men's 15 kilometers category, while his teammate Utusise Moraka Mukarauke won the 10 kilometers race. Mpo Aaron reports.
The inaugural Okavango Road Race, which is organized by the Okavango Human Wildlife Foundation, is held to raise funds to help and support victims of human-wildlife conflict and to promote human-wildlife coexistence. All in all, the race did not attract a lot of competitors in the 15 kilometers and 10 kilometer races. Only the 5 kilometers fun run attracted multitudes. The twin sisters from Lapabojang, Lesedi and Lesedinyana did not waste time as they took the lead from the first gun, running together until 9 kilometers, while Lesedinyana had to pick up pace to finish and win the 10 kilometers. Lesedi then continued to finish the last 5 kilometers, still maintaining the lead, to win in a time of 1 hour 7 minutes. She also won herself 10,000 pula in prize money.
I have just finished my rest from the 42 kilometers BTC marathon, which was held 2 weeks back. The track here was good for me. We had water points and we will definitely come back next year. I was expecting a tight competition, but with God's grace, my competitors did not come, maybe due to long distance.
In the male categories, which also had limited competition, Madinari Athletics Club athletes led the pack for most of the race, with their only real competition coming from the only Kenyan who took part in the race, Lazarus Tor. Lopang Unzi of Madinari managed to win the 15 kilometers male race in 48 minutes 14.39 seconds, followed by Lazarus Tor from Kenya, while in the 10 kilometers category, Utusise Mokarauke, also from Madinari, grabbed it in a time of 32 minutes 42.73 seconds, followed by teammate Ronaldo Molapisi in a time of 34 minutes 14.27 seconds.
I was ready for the race and I'm happy about the competition.
I was ready for the race and I'm happy with the competition I got, as there was a guy from Kenya who managed to push me to the limit. I'm glad with the prize money, 10,000 pula.
di go godimo madi a tamantsi. Number one it's at 10,000 madi a tamantsi.
Mo lebelong le nne ke le tapola 10 kilometers.
In my 10 kilometers race, there was no pressure at all. My all-time competitors were not there, hence even my time dropped. We need to grow the sport tourism in our region and be proud of biodiversity. We want events that will be understood by people outside, that will attract even more tourists.
The Okavango road race, which is expected to be held annually, also had the motorbike category, which also had low turn-up of riders. Mpo Aron, BTV Sport, Mohembo.
Moving on, the Member of Parliament for Shashe West, Fidelis Molau, has hailed Chadibe Football Club for winning the 2023-2024 National First Division North League Championship, which guaranteed them an automatic promotion to the Botswana Premier League. Speaking during the awards ceremony held at Chadibe FC grounds over the weekend, Molau who is also the Minister of Agriculture, praised Chadibe FC for putting the constituency in the football map. Karabo Sibili reports.
Abafana Bajabulile, as Chadibe FC is affectionately called in football circles, clinched the 2023-2024 National First Division North League Championship after playing to a goalless draw with Mbalakalungu FC in the league's final match to accumulate 38 points from 22 outings. Your automatic promotion to the Botswana Premier League is a great achievement as it has put Chadibe Village on the map. The chairman of First Division North League, Jonas Ikopuleng, has encouraged the team to work hard, committed and be disciplined as the top flight league is a bit challenging. Chadibe's promotion to the Botswana Premier League was not smooth sailing, more specifically after failing to get promoted last season. This time around, they showed consistency throughout the season, hence their promotion to the Premier League.
Chadibe
FC coach Tataya Onesoni, who also helped the Tafik to get promotion to the Elite League last season, attributed their win to hard work and consistency. Your automatic promotion to the Botswana Premier League is a great achievement as it has put Chadibe Village on the map. The community of Chadibe as well as various stakeholders were encouraged to rally behind the team in order for it to sustain itself in the Premier League. Karabo Sibili, BTV Sports, Chadibe.
Bagam Maluka of Moshupa's Pinas defeated Mompati Chabe of BDF Club 4-1 to be crowned the table tennis Phoenix Assurance Botswana Super 8 tournament champion in the men's category, while Sepisor Batena of Nghabe Table Tennis Club won the women's category after edging out Olorato Ramahapo of Smash Menix 4-1. The tournament was played at Babusi Hall in Gaborone. Victoria Dakin has more details.
Bagam Maluka crossed into the finals by winning 2 of his 3 group stage matches before thrashing Masale Sole of Smash Maniacs by 4-0 in the semi-finals. In the finals with Mompati Chabe, he lost the first set 7-11 before making a comeback in the second set, winning it by 11-7. Maloka continued to dominate the following 2 sets, taking them by 14-12 and 11-7. Mompati Chabe failed to come back as Bagam Maloka went on to grab the last set 11-5 to win the game by 4-1 and win the men's category. He was rewarded with 5,000 pula, a trophy and a gold medal. In second place was Mompati Chabe, who received 3,000 pula and a silver medal.
The results tse ne ke di tota ha se tsona like we net tournament ne ke sa sholo fela ne gore ne ke sa batle go lose match up me ka maswabi ne ke lose match wa kwa bohelo mo group mo go ira gore ke ne number 2.
Even though I won the tournament, I didn't want to lose a match. However, I lost one game. All in all, I realized that I have made great improvement in my play.
Nkare ya pala ya re ke tla ya no ne ke tshwantse go bankanya yone thata gape ke ipanganya le tlhaloganyo ya ke ska ikomanya mo go kalo.
In the women's category, Tshepiso Rabatene won all her matches in the group stages and edged out Namibo Mbulawa of DTTC by 4 sets to book a spot in the finals with Olorato Ramagapu. In the first set, her forehand technique worked wonders as she won 11-8 and went on to win the second and third sets 11-6 and 11-8 respectively. In the fourth set, Ramagapu found her footing and managed to win it 11-9. But it was as far as she could go as Rabatene went on to win the last set 11-9 to win the game 4-1. She won 5,000 pula, a trophy and a gold medal. Olorato Ramagapu took second position and walked away with 3,000 pula and a silver medal.
So far so good. Most of that, I recover from the injury, so I wasn't expecting today. But I played a game disadvantage strain my ankle. So I was playing defensive most of the time.
Table tennis players from 5 clubs of BDF, DTTC, Nghabe, Smash Maniacs and Mushopa Spinners competed in the tournament. The next table tennis tournament is the Nghabe Open, slated for the 1st of June in Gaborone. Victoria Dakin, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that is all that we had for you from Botswana Tonight Sports Desk. Until we meet tomorrow, have a good night. Now let me bring it back to Khomozo to give you the headlines. Khomozo.
Thank you so much, Joseho, Leseho, and Lesehonyana, showing others flames.
Oh yes, definitely. Lesedi and Lesedinyana. Yes, definitely.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Let's meet again tomorrow.
Let's meet tomorrow, Khomozo.
Okay. That was Joseho Nkwe giving us the latest in sport. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi informed members of the Africa Gospel Church to worship freely. Women in Mulapolole taught life-changing skills. And Treat All campaigns said to have saved a lot of lives of HIV and AIDS patients. That is all we had for you in our news bulletin this evening. BTV News, Ikanyarona, hashtag BW Mansard Change. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Samuel Ramoton. The current satellite picture shows clear skies over most areas of the country. As for tomorrow, we're expecting cloudy conditions in the morning over south and central, but during the course of the day, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions over most areas of the country. In the morning, cold temperatures are expected over Kalahari, southern, southeast, Gauteng, central and northeast, with minimums ranging from 2 to 7 degrees Celsius. But over Hansi, Ngamiland and Chobe, we're expecting mild temperatures with minimums ranging from 8 to 13 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, mild temperatures are expected over Kalahari, southern, southeast, Gauteng, southern, central and northeast, with the maximums ranging from 23 to 25 degrees Celsius. But over northern, central, Chobe, Ngamiland and Hansi, we're expecting warm temperatures with the maximums ranging from 26 to 29 degrees Celsius. And as for Wednesday and Thursday, clear skies are expected over most areas in southern, southeast, Gauteng and Kweni, with mild afternoon temperatures. Over Hansi and Kalahari, still expecting clear skies over most areas on Wednesday and Thursday, with mild afternoon temperatures on Wednesday, but on Thursday we're expecting warm afternoon temperatures. Over Ngamiland and Chobe, we're expecting few patches of clouds to be visible on Wednesday, but on Thursday we're expecting clear skies with warm afternoon temperatures. Over central and northeast, we're expecting clear skies on Wednesday and Thursday, with mild afternoon temperatures in most areas. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.